and welcome to Liz at Home. I'm sorry I've been MIA again, but today I'm going to be unboxing the Emma Lefebvre and Craftamo Watercolor subscription box number 8. Can you believe it? It's 8 boxes already. So without further ado, let me get into it. As usual, it was very well packaged when it arrived with me, although it has managed to get bumped up a little bit, but I don't really think that they could have packaged it any better than they did. It had layer after layer of bubble wrap and protection, so I can only really think that it was the transport company that ignored their rating of fragile on the packaging. So it looks like a very beautiful hibiscus flower that we're going to be doing today. It's funny, whenever I see a hibiscus flower, I remember old neighbors of ours who were not English speaking, and the guy always used to, they loved gardening, and so did I, and he used to always talk about the hibiscus. So that brings it to mind. So here we are. And let me get to the front. I can never remember how to... Oh, there we go. At least I've got it the right way around today. So let's see what the back of the box looks like. It's very plain green. I'm excited to paint this and excited about the different leaves. So we've got the tissue paper and then the info card. Oh, and we've got some fine liners today as our free gift. That's interesting. Let me see what size they are. So it looks like a size 0.1. Not sure if you can see it. 0.1, 0.3, and 0.5, which is great. And I'm wondering if they're waterproof. Oh, that's a beautiful, very, very fine line. I'll try it out just now. They're very pretty with the branding on and everything. They're really lovely. They kind of look quite classy. So I'm pleased to have those. Then we've got our half pans. And what for me is always interesting is which brushes this time. So... no round brushes. I'm losing my wave of enthusiasm about the box because I like round brushes. And I know they're trying to encourage us to use other brushes, but this is a size 2 dagger and a size 6 angle. So I'm not a huge fan of the dagger, but I don't have many angle brushes, so that's something new. And we'll see how that goes. And then which colors we have. Again, in the beautifully branded box. And I really enjoy her class as she goes through all of these. So we've got cadmium yellow, green gold, cadmium pale yellow, green gold. And I'll have to open it for the other one. Aqua green and cadmium red hue. That will be interesting, and I will swatch those in a minute or two. And then, as usual, the information sheet, the drawing, the 5 sheets of beautiful 100% cotton watercolor paper, and the tracing sheet to transfer it. Or you can try and draw it yourself. I think I'm going to try this one myself. So that's this box. I'm going to leave those things neatly there, and I'll be back to swatch. Well, I've taken them out of their tin and put them in the beautiful palette we got with box number 1. This third one, which is cadmium pale yellow, was stuck to the wrapper, and so it messed out a bit. And I took what was messed on the back off my palette off with a palette knife. and popped it into this palette of mine so that at least the paint is not wasted and I can use it. So I did what I've always done. I've got my swatch sheet here. I think that the lighting needs to change. The sun has gone down since I last spoke. There, I hope that's a little bit better. And so I've got my swatch, the little wraps that come around the paints here, and that's got the pigment numbers on them. So the green gold is PY129. The aqua green is PWS, and then it says PG7. So I'm not quite sure what that means. I'm not a pro with pigment numbers. Cadmium pale yellow is a mix. It's PY. Now I can't read what I've written. Oh, I wrote it twice. It's PY65. I hope that's correct. And cadmium red hue is PR149 and PR255. I need to recheck that. My pen ran out. And then I've put the swatch sheet over here, which is more what I use. And I'm going to just spray these in here with my water bottle. We did get a water spray bottle as one of our free gifts, but I'm still using this one until it's finished. And now I have my paper towel here, and I'm going to swatch them, and then I'll try the brushes out. So I'm going to, I think, swatch them with the smaller one, which is the size 2 dagger brush. And as usual, I just go into the water and get some of the sizing or glue or whatever they have on the brush to keep it in shape. And I'm going to start with the green gold, which looks like a very beautiful color. These paints activate quite nicely. I shall bring it over so that you can see. Just going to swish it around a bit so that we get a nice mix of color here. I know they opened the subscription box again, so some of you might be watching this to see what you'll be getting in the future, and I think some others of you have been subscribed along, same as me, from the very beginning. So let me know in the comments what you think of the boxes, if you enjoy getting them, and if you've been doing all the paintings. I'm a little behind. I've still to do the one that was an orange that I thought was a peach. And then I've got to do this one. So that's that one, which is a strange paint. It didn't flow very well. And now the aqua green. Maybe I'm just not in the best painting frame today. I seem to be finding fault, which isn't normally how I go. Aqua green, it's one of my favorite color pencil colors. Strangely enough, I don't use it often in painting. But this is a beautiful color that one could use for a seaside scene or something. Let me know how you feel about the brushes. I should have realized, because it's a collaboration with Craftamo, and obviously Craftamo wants us to experience their brushes. Are you enjoying the box, and are you enjoying all these different types of brushes, and do you enjoy trying them out? I do and I don't. I think I like this one. It's working quite nicely. This is cadmium pale yellow. Cadmium is apparently toxic, so a number of the paint houses have removed all the cadmiums from their listing. And now the cadmium red hue. I think you can see that here. It's a very bright, vibrant color. makes me think of, I have a Pyrrole Orange. It is very similar. It'd be interesting to check the pigment numbers in that and see if they're the same as this, because the color looks almost exactly the same. Can't remember which paint company it was from. So there we have the colors, and now I'm going to try the two brushes out just a little. So these are all the colors we've had so far. I'll hold it here so that you can see. And then I have just a small little Hahnemühle agave watercolor pad. It's very small. It's 8 by 10.5 centimeters. I don't know what that is in inches, but it's 70% agave fiber and 30% cotton rag. So it was a bit less expensive, and I thought it was a fun one for trying brushes out and strokes and things like that. Just out of interest. I've also got this teeny one, which is actually 100% cotton, and this is from Prima Watercolor, which is even smaller. So I use them for like testing things out. So this is the size 6 angle brush. I'm going to play with this green gold, which doesn't seem to be all that, I don't know, it feels funny. Feels like sticky. Maybe there was a coating over it or something. They changed the covering of the little plastic sheets that cover the paint pans, and maybe some of the glue gets down or something. So there I'm making a petal. Okay, so we can do a thin line with this, and we can do a thin line with it flat down. We can do low pressure, heavy pressure, low pressure. Oh, that makes quite nice tiny leaves. You can do a sort of a swirly line. And I suppose you can make a nice clean cut edge on something. So if I needed to fill in somewhere, that would be nice. So now I'm going to, still using this brush, add some of this cadmium red hue and see what the two colors do together, if they bleed nicely together. And I'm going to see how they mix together. Ooh, it's an interesting sort of a muddy hue to have made there. No, it's just a slightly brownish. I'm going to add some of that green there. Get a greeny brown. Need to rinse that out well. And then I'm going to try this small brush. I think I need a clean sheet. I'm going to use the aqua green, which I like. It's a nice color. So that works quite nicely, actually. So one could do very thin lines with that. Very nice stems. And tiny little thin leaves. Need more water on my brush. Didn't get it thin enough there. So to end with, I tried out these little pens that I really liked. They write very nicely, but they are water resistant, not waterproof. I did this little drawing, and you can see I let it dry overnight, and you can see that when I painted, a little bit of the grey was picked up. Not a lot, but I think you can get a better option for waterproof pens, but they are great for after I did this little painting. This is not from the class. I was just inspired by the class picture, and I just used them to draw a little light image on top of the dried paint, and that was great. So I mean, one could use them for doodling and all sorts of things, or if you've got dried watercolor painting. So that's that. Then I just to end with, I want to say, so in this box we got the 4 paints. It was these 4 colors. We got the 2 brushes. We got the 3 pens. We got the lovely image and the class to go with it. And we got 5 pieces of 100% cotton watercolor paper. So I hope you've enjoyed this unboxing, and thank you for spending some time with me. And I want to invite you to subscribe and to like this video if you've enjoyed it. Thank you, and see you in the next video. Bye-bye now.